everyone. Good day and welcome to a very beautiful moment. Which my name is Oluwatomi Solawale, also known as Zamani, and I'm here with my daddy in the Lord, as the shepherd in charge of Genesis Global. I would like you to introduce yourself formally, sir.
My name is Isreal Oladele Ogundipe, Shepherd in Charge, Celestial Church of Christ, Genesis Global, Prophet Israel Oladele Ogundipe.
So, sir, I really appreciate your energy and your sincerity about your development in the Christian life and the Celestial Church of Christ in general, because many persons doesn't really understand that all this thing happens because what they see online is what they assume that happens, and the truth be told, people are being gullible about mouth um, mouth talk, or how people handle situation verbally. Some people, they are not there, they don't know what is happening. It is those that have the knowledge, or they have the understanding that, oh, let's take our time to even visit this place, let's take our time to even like on set this place. So now I want to ask this question, that your relationship with other ministers in Celestial Church of Christ, do you accommodate people to come to your parish, maybe like to have a, a worship experience, or a preaching time, just like not only you but other celestial shepherds? Do you have relationship with few of celestial shepherds, both home and abroad?
I have relationship. I'm close to many of them. I love them. I value them. I appreciate them a lot. And home and abroad, we're really doing a lot together. And to the glory of God, I'm so happy that a lot of people doing exploits. I mean, in Celestial Church of Christ, many of those that I'm looking up to, great fathers in the ministry. I would have loved to be mentioning names, but I don't want to do that because I am under all of them. They are really, really doing well. One thing about me is I don't know if you hate me. What I know is I love you. It's your choice to hate me. It's none of my business how you're feeling about me. It's none of my business how you have felt about me. But my own vibes towards you has got to do with positive vibes. So I love everyone. If you come to Genesis, you're welcome. As long as you like the church, and if there's anything you do not like or you don't understand, ask me. I will explain to you. Just like one day, one person asked me, said, "Why did you go to the stream again? Why did you take people to stream, to bait or stuff?" I said, I have been able to move from the analog type of spiritual life to the digital, where I believe uh, word of God. I believe in the word of God that is sharper than two-edged sword, and I've been able to try the gift and the grace and the power of Celestial Church. That must we go to the stream before we have our miracles? Must we go to the wilderness before we have our miracles? Must we go to one junction to bed before we have our miracles? And when I tried all such, it worked for me, and it's working for me without going to the stream, without going to the bush. Just go to the mercy land, miracles. In front of the mercy land, we have our result. So why do I still need to go when something is working? When not going to the stream, going to the bush, going to the wilderness, going to junction, when those ones are still there, but not going there, still works for me. So I believe wherever we are, when I'm at home, God is there. When I'm in church, God is there. That's why we call him omnipresence. So when that person asked me that question, I said, well, it's your choice to still go to the stream. It's your choice to still go to the bush. It's your choice to still use maize and corn and all that. I have got nothing against that. But I've been able to move from that realm to another realm that is making me enjoy Luli. Because if you don't understand Luli, you are a lunatic. Grace. It takes the grace to run the race. It takes the grace to set the pace. It takes the grace to get to the place. It takes the grace of God to do exploit. His grace is sufficient. When the grace is sufficient, then why am I running after what's supposed to be running after me? I'm enjoying Luli. And when I call Luli, result comes. When I speak Luli into any situation, result comes. For those that don't understand Luli, they take advantage of it, they misuse it. Luli ore fair. The grace we have not paid for, that is paying all our bills. Why am I going to take that for granted? So if they are coming to Genesis, I welcome them. If I'm just cool with everyone. I love them.
Okay, so that's bring us to another interesting questions that I may need to get more update on. Like now, you said you love them. So anybody that loves what you're doing and what the church is doing, you welcome them and you roll together. And if they have anything against the church, you prefer them to come to you
Yeah.
rather than selling it out to the public. Like, okay, this person is a bad.
You should have some examples. Like you must have had one or two things. Ask me some of the ones you've had before that you're yet to clarify. Just ask me any question. My marriage, my life, anything.
All right.
I'm not shy of
Okay.
revealing who I am. And when I'm wrong, people are watching. Let them correct me. They correct
Okay.
to connect.
Okay, so thank you very much for giving us a very good approval to ask questions around some certain situation in the church. So now, my first question is people tends to see your ministry not under maybe a particular body of Celestial Church of Christ, either this or this. So, can you explain to us, like, do you actually have a channel that you use, or your ministry is just for a particular, your ministry is just particularly for CCC Genesis Global and nothing more? You know, they always have, okay, this one is under K2, this one is under this. So, and do you have any relationship with this maybe national headquarters, international headquarters? I just want to know so that we can clear people's mind around that. You know, there are a lot of things that have actually happened that people have been so concerned about. Oh, is this man is this man is that? So I just want you to like clear the hair. Like Genesis Global is a church that stand with the doctrine and tenant of Celestial Church of Christ, but the body it belongs. Can you give us more details on that? So I won't go too much.
We have mentioned some stuff about tenants, and I don't know what other tenants people are looking for. I've mentioned the traditional part and the traditional belief or concept about Celestial Church of Christ. You know that some people believe that Celestial Church is a ritualist. I mean, is a barbaric church. Is this? Is that? Is that? Is that? And I've been able to prove them wrong. I've been able to. I've ministered severally. I have so many Pentecostal friends. I have so many Pentecostal generals, GO, that I've proved to them that all what you're hearing about Celestial Church of Christ are not what we're doing. And I've been able to prove it to them. I don't know what they're talking when they talk about tenant. We use incense. I think it's part of it. We have altar. We have altar cloth. We have mercy land. I don't know which one they're talking about. This is me wearing my sultana without shoes. I don't know what other ones they're talking about. But do you know there are some people from afar? They don't know what you're doing because they have made up their mind to be negative about you. They just don't want to hear anything about you. What they do is hear one thing, manipulate it, twist it. There's nothing I've not had, but I don't want to talk about that because I love putting my yesterday behind. There's nothing I've not had. Is this, is that, is this. It's not my business. some of the questions we've answered. But referring to the question you asked me now, that if I'm under this or that, from the beginning of my life, I love Papa Shofa's hierarchy. I love his family. I am part of his family. If I'm saying I'm standing alone, does not mean I'm not still part of that family. You can be part of your family with same surname. You can be from Abekuta and still bear your own surname. We were formerly Sonyaolu of Abekuta, but my father changed his own surname to Ogundipe. That doesn't make him a bastard. I will never go against that source. The source that is connected to SBJ, Papa SBJ or Shofa. I would never in my life disconnect from it. Number two, I would never be rude. I would never rebel against that church or that family or that church. Number three, all his children are my brothers and sisters. I'm a principled person. I have been through a lot in my life, and nothing will pull me out of Celestial Church. There's a problem I normally have with a lot of people. I've got a lot of people both in and outside Celestial Church, Muslims and Christians. Do you know the problem we have? The problem is, do you know they address everyone who is doing the work of God as a pastor? Some of it by both Muslim and Christian, they will say pastor. So with my level of exposure to the glory of God, everybody has, address me as pastor, because anybody that is doing the work of God, to any layman, they call the person pastor. So that's where the problem comes from. They say, why will I call myself a pastor when something is not wrong with me? Who made me that pastor? What is my size? What is my age? Where have I mentioned myself to be a pastor? So it's just let's go to the outside, let's go to that compound now. You will see people park. Oh, Genesis, Pastor Genesis. Both those people who are both Muslims and Christians. So that people will tend to misjudge that, manipulate that as he's calling himself a pastor. Because that's where that confusion comes in. Maybe if our head is reverend, it will have been another thing, but reverend is not added to my own pastor. So if any Igbo pastor, there was a day I had a crusade at Alaba now. We have in our church, we have Igbo group, we have Hausa group, we have Yoruba group in our church. Many people don't know the secret of that church. My storm that I faced was a global storm, and that was what endorsed me as a global prophet. You need to fight a global battle to be endorsed globally. Story for another day. So when I was ministering that, I go, Pastor, pray for me. Pastor, pray for me. Pastor, pray for me. I called one of them and said, we only have one pastor in Seleo. I am a shepherd. When they wanted to pronounce, they said shepherd. They didn't even call it as shepherd. They said shepherd. But that wasn't sweet enough. They started calling me pastor. So people from Celestial, people from White Garment Church would now say, he's calling himself a pastor. I've never addressed myself. My name is Isreal Oladele Ogundipe. I'm a prophet. If another person should become a pastor tomorrow, even if the person is 12 years old, I'm ready to work under him. As if he's my pastor, I'm a shepherd. I'm a shepherd of many communities. I'm a shepherd of many chapters. How? We have our chapters all over the world. Not churches, not parishes, all over the world. And I will teach you secret about having chapters. Now let me now get to that point now, which I want everybody to be attentive. I've been under K2. Maybe they don't like me, I don't know, but they proved it to me 2020, and I want everybody to be attentive to this. That was during my storm, during my wilderness experience. There was a time Baba Ogundipe came to our church for our harvest, and when Baba Ogundipe sat in the altar, I started. It wasn't easy for me. I wouldn't have been the person that would go and meet an elderly person, say, Father, get off from that place. He sat there. It wasn't my own duty to drive him. We had a lot of people from channels, TV, AIT. If I should do that, people will say I disgraced an elderly man. Right. So it was there. We had our harvest. From the second day, trouble started. People started harassing me, calling me out, cursing me, abusing me. There was nothing they didn't do for me. along line with some sagas. I will send you some videos of those people that lied against me. They finally confessed and they exposed how they gathered up against me. Story for another day. So as at then they invited me, they were attacking me why Alhaji was trying, they came to our church. I said Alhaji was it was the one that would have said, daily I will be coming to your church. And he said he was once one of those who enjoyed the grace of Celestial Church from Makoko. And he said he was coming. God sees my God of worship and knows what I'm saying. I didn't give Alhaji money. I didn't pay him money. He came by himself. When he came, he sang. He praised God. And they were praying. They played all our celestial hymn, our lyrics. And he mentioned our pastor. He greeted all of them. That was not even the issue, because to me, I wasn't rebellious. And I wouldn't have driven Babadun Baku out of the church. So when I was invited to K2, I faced them. I brought everything. I said, I was unable. I wouldn't have been able to drive Babadun Baku out of the altar. He's older than me. He's a father. They questioned me, why will I see cap on his head? And he was wearing cap. If I have my major reasons, I will have mentioned so many, but the name I can remember among them that sat, the second one that I went for, I can mention Kayode Ajala very well. It was at the meeting, the second meeting at Babatoriola's office, church, and they said this, and they started asking me questions. It was when all these internet people started attacking me. And they now said I should go and stop my Facebook thing that I'm doing. I shouldn't do program on Facebook again. I said yes. I haven't got home, not up to 2 hours or maybe a day. I just saw this letter online. Everywhere people started calling me all over the world to answer your question. Before I didn't say, I'd never said it before now. I said it just 2 weeks ago. I've never said I am not under K2 or I'm not under this or that. I cannot just disconnect myself from the source. It is not your fault, but if the source disconnects you from themselves, then you can now stand on your own. Instead of you to connect yourself to another source, connect yourself to another source, connect yourself to another source. Let me read this out to you. This was the letter that was sent out in 2022. Mi ò tí délé rárá o. Wọ́n ṣì bá mi lórí kí Babadun Baku jókòó sí altar. Babadun Baku, yes, Babadun Baku jókòó sí altar. Wọ́n dé fìlà, wọ́n ṣe léyìí. One of them was even asking me, sometimes I can give you about 20 or 30 videos, and I've not been the one cutting those videos. When I'm preaching, sometimes people will bless me, they will give me money, they will drop money on the altar. Genesis Global is a family. When you get there, you will say, in our church, we don't take alcohol on our harvest day. There's a laid down course. If you take alcohol on our harvest day, you will suffer for 7 years. It's there, it's normal. You can't wear transparent sutana. We don't spray money in the church. Why have we not been spraying money in the church during the service? You can do that outside, but not inside the church. Because we wouldn't want anybody to feel less. Like this person is spraying 1 million and someone is sitting down looking. That's why. And we don't call chairmen or chairpersons. We don't do that. We don't want anybody to feel less. That's our principle. So after the service, you can go out. Even outside, after the harvest, if you take alcohol, you will still suffer. And I had issues when I introduced it, but I told them that a lot of people that you will invite from different churches to our church, and when they say you taking alcohol in Sultana, taking alcohol during harvest, what would they take back to their various churches as a church? So, and I told them that you didn't even give me kudos about all this. You were attacking me that why will I allow Babadun Baku to wear cap and sit the other? One young guy sat among them. He said, he was wearing something like this. Said, now there was even one video you saw. That video I packed money, I gave it to a woman. I would just pack money and give to this. That what right have I got to do? What right have I to do that? Has that been happening in Sele? I was bullied that day, because when they wanted to start the meeting, they said, we are going to start our meeting daily. Switch off your phone. This one, we were 3 that went there. It was Solomon that said they wanted to have a meeting with me at the Babatoriola's church, and I switched on my phone and they were recording. That was a bully. And they said a whole lot. One woman said, "Have you gone to seminary school?" I said, "No." "Have you gone to I said, "No." "Have you gone to Celestial Seminary School?" I said, "No." He said, you can see, you can see. I was really, really bullied. Practically, they said, okay, I should stop ministering on Facebook and social media till they were not up to 24 hours. Let me see. Let me tell you let me now show you. Read out the letter that was sent to the social media. Everywhere went agog. All journalists started calling me all over the world.